Hello everybody, my name is Russ.
And I'm Carrie.
And we are the Roads We Roam.
This week we go to Tomoka State Park.
I teach you how to make the official Roads We Roam adult beverage.
We go to the Tomoka Outpost where Russ gets all the local info.
And we spring a major leak inside Teddy.
But I get to go to the beach.
We get to visit another great harvest host site.
Where we went on a great tour. And Abby even made a friend. So come roam the roads with us.
Along these roads we roam, we find adventure through traveling, camping, boondocking, and exploring. Our first stop this week was the Tomoka State Park in Ormond Beach, Florida. Beautiful campsite here in Tomoka. I love this state park. This drink consists of Red Bull Green Edition, vodka, and blueberries on ice.
The secret is stirring with your finger. I do miss my big old skillet. I'm getting really good at cooking bacon in here without the smoke detector going off.
What's the secret?
I don't know. I just got lucky. And watch, right after I say that, it will go off.
Oh, it's dangerous.
It is, so don't touch it. Working in a small kitchen really has its challenges, but I'm really starting to get used to this space, and I'm cooking a lot more. This morning I made a cheddar bacon scramble and some coffee.
The park store is called the Tomoka Outpost. It's located right on the banks of the Tomoka River.
Farwood. I love it.
The night before this, I had their boiled peanuts. Amazing.
As you can see, I really love their patio area. I could have sat there all day. And the coffee was pretty good too.
I got to chat with Captain Corn.
We're not necessarily in the manatee season right now here in the Tomoka River. Wintertime, the water cools off quite a bit, so the manatee or non-resident manatee will actually move out and go like up the river to the St. Johns River or find area with consistent water temperatures through the wintertime. We do have our resident manatee here though, and what they'll do is when it gets really cold, they'll go back further into the Tomoka and they might find like a little natural spring or an area that holds a little more temperature. So like if it was 20 or 25 or say 30 degrees, maybe one of the coldest days we get each year, the best way to find them would just be head back into the Tomoka real slow, and you'd probably find 4 or 5 all bunched up together over that warm spot. In the spring, sometimes we'll have 15 or 20 of them hanging out right here in the little boat basin area for like 15 or 20 minutes, usually until people walk down on the dock and kind of scare them away.
Then the next question that a lot of people are asking us that aren't from Florida is, what about the crocodiles? Are there any rivers or any lakes or ponds that are safe to swim in Florida?
In Florida, if you're swimming in a natural body of water or even a retention pond, you should be aware of your surroundings without a doubt. Here, we're kind of at a unique location because we always tell everybody you'd be lucky to even see a gator. I'm here almost every single day of the entire year, and last year I had 2 alligator sightings from this spot that I'm standing. And that's not very many, and we're in that brackish territory where the gators typically in this area stay further back in the Tomoka where the water's fresher. You'd be lucky to even see them, and really they want nothing to do with people. If you look at the statistics, I would say as a local, we don't really have any issues in here, knock on wood, but if you look at any of the alligator attacks, I always tell everybody most of the time it's somebody that was doing something wrong themselves that put them in a bad situation. And we relate kayaking and being on the water out here to walking on the sidewalk. Just because you're on a sidewalk doesn't mean you're safe from a vehicle, but if you're aware of your surroundings, you're much safer than you would have been if that wasn't there. So out here it's the same thing. If you're aware of your surroundings, you'll be just fine.
Can you tell us where we are?
Right now we're at the Tomoka Outpost right here in the beautiful Tomoka State Park. This has been my favorite place since I was a little kid, and my wife and I have the store here now in the park. We offer pretty much everything you need. If you're camping at Tomoka and you forgot something, we should have it. If we don't, we want to know what it is. We have single kayaks, double kayaks, and canoes for rent. I'm also a licensed U.S. Coast Guard Master Captain, Captain Scott Cornelius, better known as Captain Corn. We offer 1-hour pleasure cruises, 2-hour pleasure cruises, 4- and 6-hour fishing charters, and everything up to a week-long camping adventures on an island. If you really want that once-in-a-lifetime trip, we're up for it, and we have a little storybook inside to tell you about how we do it. If you're in the area or you're looking for a cool place to go camp and do a little bit of fishing in the spring and the fall, would be my favorite time of year for fishing in this area. But you want to book in advance because those are the fishing season, and that's when it starts to get a little bit busier. But be prepared with your bug spray if you're here in the summertime.
This thing was twisted loose. I noticed a sound of water and then it started coming out under the sink. And what I found was this was loose. I could just hand tighten it. So I tightened it and it stopped the leaking, but a ton of water was dripping right down through there, all down here, and then all down onto the floor.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto State Route 40, Granada Boulevard. Continue on State Route 40 for 1 mile, then turn left onto State Route A1A, Ocean Shore Boulevard.
What an amazing view as you crest the top of this bridge and see the ocean off in the distance.
Okay, we couldn't come to Florida without going to the beach. We had a little bit of time in the morning as we were getting ready to leave, so we packed up the dogs and we went to find the ocean.
Going to the beach, guys. Abby, we're going beach. We're going beach.
The dogs loved playing in the sand, and so did Carrie.
I think you had a bit of fun too.
Yeah, I did.
On our way to our harvest host site for the night, we stopped off at the Island Grove Tasting Room.
Then on to the vineyards. Well guys, we are at Island Grove Vineyards, a harvest host site, and I have to say, this place is amazing. We've got the whole farm to itself. We've got Wi-Fi and we've got electricity. I mean, amazing. And we got some really nice sangria blueberry wine. Awesome.
So 700 acres. We have 200 acres planted of blueberries here. They're all organic. You'll see outside some are on what we call risers, which are in the ground. Some are in black pots. The ones that are in black pots have been conventional blueberries, and we decided to go 100% organic here, so we pulled out all the conventional, and you have to let the land rest for a while. Here we have all our tanks. These are 5,000-gallon tanks. They'll produce about 25,000 bottles per tank. The tanks on this side produce roughly 5,000 bottles per tank. So definitely the most popular ones go in the big tanks. We put in thousands upon thousands of pounds of blueberries in a tank. We ferment it and then we rack it out. We'll put it into a storage tank and finish letting it work its magic. When the guys clean out the tanks, they crawl in right through here.
They crawl in?
They crawl in. Because the way we filter, we can use less sulfites. So in most of our wines, we have around 50 parts per million of sulfites, where by law you can have up to 350 parts per million. So we're way low,
way below
on that. We use a vacuum corker, so it will pull out any airspace as it sangria has one long label, so it'll just spin the bottle around and do it. On some of our wines, we have a front and a back, so we'll put one on, then spin it halfway and put the other label on. These are called shrink wraps. This is what goes on top to seal it. It'll drop down on the bottle. The bottle will pass here. This will sit on the bottle and give it a good tight seal. This is the sangria that they're doing today. This is your favorite one here. Yep. So they're bottling that today.
Little guy.
And all these windows you see, they all open. They all lift.
Oh, wow.
Bathroom.
Kitchen, microwave,
Yep. So
fridge.
this is a regular queen size bed.
Okay.
It came with a shorter one. I would not hit the road unless I could bring my own.
Good.
There you go.
We fit it in here.
I like the way the roof is slanted.
Play, play, play. All right, everybody, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video.
If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. That's all for now. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.